coming here today. We have Mr. Ganesh Kohli and Ms. Lakshmi Manchu who have agreed to be part of this press conference today. Counseling is something which is very critical and important in today's time and age, especially because the career choices before children are immense and so are the challenges. So it's important that they have somebody who can hear them out and at the same time, if they want, can give them a little bit of guidance or clarity on their paths forward. HPS has been taking a very keen and aggressive role in terms of counseling and guidance, whether it comes in terms of career counseling, whether it comes in terms of psychological counseling. We are the first school in the world to be accredited by the IC3 for our good counseling practices. So thank you so much for coming. I'll request Mr. Ganesh Kohli to take it from here. He'll be briefing you about the context and what lies in the coming week in Hyderabad when there is a national conference of IC3 happening. And then Ms. Lakshmi Manchu will be talking to all of you. And after that, if there are any questions, I'm sure everybody will be more than happy to answer that. Mr. Kohli.
Good morning, friends. Thank you very much for joining us. I know that Lakshmi Madam will translate a little bit for everybody in Telugu, but I want to share that young friends around the world, and particularly in our country, are leaving schools like airplanes without a navigation system. And they crash into a world of frustration, anger, sadness, disappointment. Not because they did not get good math and English teaching in school, but because they got no guidance in school. Nobody wants to board an aircraft without navigation or direction. And what happens in this system is when there is no guidance, children are pushed to the brink, they are pushed to the edge, and they take extreme steps. We are seeing that all the time. From now till the time we finish this interaction, 3 students would have probably killed themselves. Every 40 minutes, there is a student suicide in India. And a large number of these are because they felt hopeless, helpless, out of control. They didn't know what to do with their life. A large number of these are around academic quests. They are around what happened to them at a coaching institute, possibly in Kota, or what happened to them because they didn't know what the outcome would be if their grades were not good. On the 29th of April, after class 11 examinations and class 12 examinations in Andhra Pradesh, 10 students committed suicide. And this was a big story at that time. But this is an epidemic in India. So today really, worldwide, the biggest cause of death of young people are road accidents. In India, the biggest cause of death is suicides, student suicides. And these are completely avoidable. This is possible to stop these. And it has become such an epidemic that we now have in 2021 more students commit suicide than farmers commit suicide. So the number of student suicides is more than the number of farmer suicides in our country, which was a big challenge that we worked on solving. Essentially, the solution lies in counseling and guidance for young people. Counseling is not about finding a coaching institute. It is not about finding a college. It is not about finding a career. It is about finding purpose. In things that they do, finding purpose in the geography that they study, in the history that they study, in the language that they study. And when children start to find purpose in school, when they start to find meaning in little things that they do, they are less likely to push themselves towards a borrowed path. Most children are making choices based out of what the neighbor is doing or what the friend is doing. It is not their own path. It is born out of comparisons and competition, which eventually leads to violence. So, young children are being compared. When the comparison becomes acute, you have competition. When competition becomes acute, we have violence in adult life. What counseling does is it moves the focus from competition-based decision-making to competence-based decision-making. Guidance allows young children to discover what their own competence is. I am an engineer by education, but also by accident. It was a choice made out of competition, not out of competence. And therefore, we find a large majority of people. I once met a 26-year-old dentist who told me, I'm fed up of looking at ugly teeth for 5 years. If only he had looked into someone's mouth when he was in 11th grade. So many children are for 5 years spending their life in a coaching institute, in a dark, dingy room in some other part of the country, and they suffer. And that is because they are on a borrowed path. If I really was meant to become an engineer, I could lift a bottle of water, I would be able to see what forces of gravity are applied right now on my hand, that what is the volume here, what is, how light is, what is the refraction. There's so much physics, chemistry and math in this bottle. I don't need to go through the agony of always looking inside a book. You can actually bring alive everything that you study in schools through counseling. Counseling allows for context. Counseling is a fundamental need of every student. So the way we are looking to solve this problem of a lack of guidance and counseling, of students taking their own lives, going into depression and having mental health issues, is by encouraging schools all across Telangana and all across the country to bring counseling into their schools. And we do that not by going and counseling their children, but by helping their teachers to become counselors. IC3 Institute's work is to train school teachers to become counselors, career and college counselors, so that they can help thousands of students find meaning and purpose in their own life. So we are here in Hyderabad next week for a large convening where we also have a fundraising event called Concert in the Dark. The Concert in the Dark is an event that is meant to raise resources or funds to train 2,500 teachers as counselors so that children can get guidance in their own schools. And we are talking about school teachers becoming counselors. So that is something that we are here to support. The Concert in the Dark is on the 24th of August, where the artists and the audience will all be blindfolded. And we are emphasizing how young children are making choices, decisions in the dark, and how counseling illuminates their path, how it actually alleviates stress, anxiety, all of the other challenges that come with a lack of guidance. So with that, I want to invite Lakshmi ma'am to share with us. Very, very grateful for her presence. Also shows for us how much Lakshmi ma'am cares about this. As someone who deeply cares about this subject, it only took 1 minute of a request to say, can you share about why this is important, why counseling is important, and why teacher training as counselors is important. And she readily agreed to be here. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Dr. Bali, for hosting us. And over to you.
Andarki Namaskaram. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Baliji, for hosting us. This is very close to my heart, and as Mr. Ganesh ji said, it didn't take a lot for me to be here, because I believe in life. I believe in pro-life in terms of the reason we are born is to live our best life. Not as an engineer, doctor, mother, father, daughter, child, no. Just you to live your best life. Just live. That itself is your purpose in life. And how do we deny that life? By giving importance to things that don't really matter in the big scheme of life. Your marks don't matter, your husband doesn't matter, your career doesn't matter, your child doesn't matter, you matter first. And that is so important for our kids to learn, that their life matters. But right now we give it too much importance, saying you matter if you have a good marks, you matter if you get a good job, you matter if you get married into a good family, you matter. You give all this ideas about external than internal. And that's where Ganesh is here to teach us the importance of internal, about counseling, about learning about a choice, to understand that your 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade marks do not matter in the grand scheme of things. Your life matters. Where he was talking about competence, not competition. How often do we use this word in a school or in, elsewhere? As I'm talking, I get goosebumps because this is very, very, very important. I'm a mother. God forbid my daughter thinks her value comes through her education or her whatever else that she achieves. She's already achieved being a kind, gentle, generous, loving, happy child. She's achieved everything I want as a mother. And that is what is important for me as a mother, to keep on instilling in her, to find peace, to find fun, to find play, to find joy in things that she does. Not to be stressed, worried, depressed, have anxiety. Oh my God, I failed as a mother. I failed as a citizen of this country, of this world, if I'm not able to encourage and empower children like you to say life is fantabulous. We are so worried about kiss college mein jayenge hum. Will I get the course that I need to? Will I get a career that you need to? You will not get anything when you worry. Let me put it, I'm speaking from the future, children. I've been there where you are. I've been distressed, I've been lost. I don't know, some strength the God gave me to say, no, this is not it, there is more. I have been in a place where I thought, if I just end it all, it'll be easy. I failed my 10th grade. This is the first time I'm speaking this loudly in public. I failed my 12th grade commerce. And as there was a song in Shiva, I don't know if many, Undiga September March Parina, I told myself there is another September after March that I can write and get pass in it. Coming from the family that I do, it is a shameful thing. How dare you fail? Forget about getting less marks. Fail. They couldn't get 35 out of 100. But I was always pushed into competition on competence. Until I went to America, where people saw me for who I am. I was struggling to fit into the others, that what other people were doing. Thank God I had an opportunity to learn about a choice in my life. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have been sitting here to talk to you guys, because my world was so small and taught to be so small that if I did fit into this little tiny ball, that I don't exist. Only when I went out of this system, I realized the world is too small a place. Forget about this ball. I can be anything, be whoever I want to. And who did I have to believe in? That's it, yourself. And today, my girls, and boys, I asked you to sit. More than me taking this out to the public, if I have touched one of you people here in the 7-8 that you're sitting here, my job here is done. Knowing that you have a choice. And what is fantastic is that we have institutions like IC3 taken it upon themselves to give you a way of life and not be falling into this anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. But we can't do this alone. I wish I had a magic wand and went like this where everybody could get what I'm saying. But we all go through our own journey. How do we equip our teachers as we speak? They need training. How do we give them training? We need to take time and do this. And everything comes back to an exchange of having a support system and raising money. And how do we do that? So we have some incredible Mr. Dr. Kalaimani, Anand Kumar Garu, who is a pianist and a very celebrated pianist, is doing a concert. Not just a concert, he's doing a concert in the dark. So he's going to be blindfolded with other musicians, and he's going to be having a fantastic evening.